But let's step into the world of sports. Champions League groups were announced, and
Tottenham are going to die.
well,
Why would you even say
that? They said that last
Why
season.
would you
They
even
said that
say
last
that?
season.
No, you guys will
Learn your
probably
lessons, man.
beat these teams. It's weird how Tottenham will probably beat like Real Madrid or something, but I don't know. Do you know what? You've come a long way, and I have to respect that.
Yeah,
I have to respect that.
You're mugging.
I'm not mugging it. I'm not. I'm just saying Tottenham are here. I don't know if they're here to stay, but they're here.
But what you say
You get what I
here,
mean?
like
They've arrived.
You say here like you're somewhere. Like you still have yet to finish above us in the league in like 7 years. Where are you? Where are you,
guys?
Like people are
Guys,
talking about this. Like
guys,
just because you spent
guys,
160
guys,
million,
come on.
and just because you're thinking, people are saying you might win the
Guys,
league, that you're somewhere.
You guys are just
You're
doing
promise.
what.
That's all you are. You're
you
promise.
guys are just doing what Arsenal have been doing. Yeah, top four. Fine, take top four. But
You've been
I
doing
wanna
what
win the
Everton's
league.
been doing.
I want to
Top
win
six,
the
top
league.
six,
If
top
you
six.
guys came second and third, top
And
six.
what is this though? I can't. I don't get it.
When
I
last
don't
did we
get.
come top six? It was like
Well, you always come. When was the last time you came top
It was
3?
3 years ago or something. What? We've come.
You ain't. The thing is, you talk like you've been winning stuff, like you've been here. You haven't won the Premier League. You haven't won the Premier League. Neither have we.
Yeah,
I get
exactly.
that. So just because you won a few trophies however long ago, all of a
Yeah,
sudden
but
you
you're
got the
saying,
right to
"Oh,
sit
we're
here and look
above you
down
in
on
the
us.
league,
So
we're
you're
above
mad.
you in the league." But to me, it don't mean anything. Like you're above us in the league, fine. But if we're in the top 4.
No. We're not Arsene Wenger out here. Top 4 in the trophy.
You guys are
I
going
want
to
to
be the new
know
Arsenal
that
if
when
you
I
don't
finish higher
actually
than you,
want the
I've
league.
acclimatized more points than you. So I'm better than you.
How? It doesn't show that you want the. What
By not
evidence
winning.
is
Why?
there
By not
to
spending
say that
money?
you lot want the league?
Best players in the Premier League. You know that.
Hold
The
on,
best players.
hold on, by
You
not
got
winning-
Harry Kane, Dele Alli.
Look at World Cup. It was dominated of Spurs players.
Correct.
What are you talking about?
England team. I'm talking about the World Cup.
How?
You better losing focus. Anyway, look, listen. Champions League groups today.
I'm ready for this battle though. Like let's go.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very long. It's gonna be doing this today with that. So how do you fancy your chances then? Your group: Liverpool, Red Star Belgrade, Napoli, and PSG. You coming out of that group?
Yeah, I think it's going to be entertaining for everyone because Napoli like attacking. Who else?
PSG, Red Star
Oh
Belgrade.
yeah. So that's going to be a match, but everyone's watching the Champions League to watch Liverpool in these kind of matches.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and look, I knew you were gonna react like this. It's fine, but at the end of the day, look, you guys were laughing at us last season before we got to the final, and I'm sure.
We're laughing
You
at you after
haters
as well.
weren't
We're laughing at you
wanting
after
the
as
English team
well.
to win. You probably just wanted us
You know,
to
I really like
lose.
you,
A lot of
mate.
people wanted us to lose,
I wanted
and
you
I'm
to
just
win.
like, why?
I wanted you to win.
This is Real Madrid. They're gonna do it 3 times in a row.
No, I wanted
you
you to
know,
win. I wanted you to win.
and
I wanted you to win.
everyone knows that if it's time to turn up, when Liverpool turn up, you're gonna be entertained. You could laugh, but you know it's true.
No, it's not even a joke to you. You
No?
guys are an entertaining team.
So
Yeah,
But
And
for
you
the
guys
last-
are entertaining as well. Don't get me wrong.
yeah, we know that.
Especially like in the last recent years, you guys have been entertaining in the Champions League. Like when you expect Spurs to not do well,
Yeah.
and then they're winning 2-0, or you guys do bits.
So
I don't think you're gonna win.
who's
but-
winning that group?
What, our group?
Yeah.
I don't look. For me, it would be either Liverpool or PSG.
No, I need to call it. That's on the
I
fence.
don't care. I'm trying
Nah,
to.
I
I'm trying to
don't
win
care.
the league.
Nah,
I'm trying to win.
I get that.
I want us
get
to play our second team in there and have fun because I feel we can do the league this year.
So
you understand that, right?
Yeah. So you're
I
not,
don't.
you're not bothered about
We got to the
Champions
final last year. We've shown we can get there if we
If
put
the
our attention
circumstances
to
are
it.
right.
But really, we're going for the league, and that's
you're not
I
even
hope Klopp focuses on the league.
All
I
right.
couldn't give 2 shits about Champions League this season.
Wow.
Honestly,
all right.
I'm being honest. Do
Okay,
you know
that's
what I mean?
cool.
I don't mind if we win the group, come second, third. I don't want to come last and like lose all the games. Obviously, no one wants to do that. But not going far in Champions League is, for me, that the resources, the effort gets put into the league. I'm totally happy with that.
All right. So
I don't want us to go far in both and not win any, knowing we
yeah, I
could
hear
have probably won one, especially the league.
I hear that. I
So
hear that.
so Rocky, looking at Tottenham's Group B, Barcelona, Inter Milan, PSV. How's that group finishing?
You guys are going to die.
Oh, so you don't know what's going in your group because you don't care. Now you want to come on our
Nah,
group?
I saw the. I
No,
just can't
hey, Crafty.
I remember you
Lock
got the
it
group
off.
of death.
Look,
Alright,
they say
alright.
No, but they
every
were saying the same thing about your
single-
group
they
ain't
say it to us
easy,
every
bro.
year. They say it
Yeah, I
every
know.
year.
Your group ain't easy. I think both groups are equally as difficult.
But-
I think you got to look at Inter Milan and say, okay, well, they're not the same Inter Milan that they were. They haven't really been doing much in their domestic league. Barcelona's the one that immediately you go to. Like, I just want to go and see the game. I'm going to try and get out there and see if I can and enjoy it. But last season showed us a lot. That fundamentally we've got a great team, a great squad, up there with the best squads in the league, up there with the highest caliber of international players, which the World Cup's shown, and that we can actually go to places like Nou Camp or bring people over here to Wembley, which wasn't even our home at the time, and give them spankings, which is what we did. And it's unfortunate we weren't in the position to be smart enough to beat Juventus. I think Juventus outsmarted us more than actually beating us.
I enjoyed that game.
I'm sure you did.
No, it was entertaining. It was good. What was it, 2-2 or something?
Well,
Or 2-1? No, there's 2 quick goals.
Yeah.
But in reality, look,
2-1.
there's no reason why we
Higuain
should be scared of anybody. And as long as we
I
can
agree.
turn up in the way that we have done and we've done in the past, and I know we can. Listen, we might not finish top because Barcelona are Barcelona.
But we're qualifying.
We're qualifying.
No,
If
but
we're not,
Barca
then
ain't what they used to be. I think you guys can do them, especially at home.
yeah, I agree. Because we'll go into that game underdogs, which is what will help us. And people will be talking about us and saying a similar thing, that it can happen, but even if it doesn't, we're not expected to win the game, which puts us in a fantastic position. So yeah, we're going to be fine. We're going to get through.
Oh, I like your confidence, Rookie. I like your confidence. I've been hurt too many times by Tottenham to get that confident.
But you're
you know,
scarred, man. You're
I'm
scarred. You've got to
scarred,
get over
bro.
them scars.
I know you're right, bro.
And just come back on the bandwagon, bro.
Bruv,
We're sick now.
Bruv, you know I've seen things, you know. I've seen things, bro.
Oh, you're not confident?
He's scarred by League Cup losses and stuff
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
man. We've
yeah,
had a
I've seen
few of
things.
them.
Like, I've seen things, Jim. My heart's been broken by Tottenham on many occasions. Alright, so I got a quick bit of a tricky question for you, man. Would you, if you had the option,
dilemma time.
it's dilemma time, bro. It's dilemma time. So you have the option, right? You could either be transported permanently 500 years into the future, or 500 years into the past. You have your same knowledge that you have today of the world, right? You have the same knowledge. You can either be catapulted 500 years into the future and stay there permanently,
There's only
as
one
in-
way.
or be transported 500 years into
There's
the
only one way, really.
future. That is,
I'm going back.
you're going back.
With
You're
the
going
knowledge
back.
I have today,
Yeah.
I'm going back.
Why is that?
Because by the time 500 years,
Yeah.
ooh, actually, that could have been
All right
slavery
then.
still.
Okay. All right then, bro.
If there
You're a
wasn't
joker.
slavery and stuff like that, you could be king of the world,
Why are you
literally.
saying if there wasn't? There was.
No,
You know
I'm
it was a
saying
thing.
no, but basically, literally, because of slavery,
Yeah.
going back's not an option.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? 500 years ago, you can't be anywhere other than Africa
Yeah.
if otherwise you're living some different lifestyle.
But
Do
that
you get
wouldn't.
what I mean? Like,
That wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, though, would it?
what, being a slave?
No. You said you'd be back in Africa.
Oh yeah, but 500 years ago, there's limited things you could do. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, then if you're okay, fair enough. If you're in Africa,
Yeah.
it depends. 500 years back, if you're in Africa, you could do bits. Do you get what I
You
mean?
could do
Yeah,
big bits.
but you've got to be in Africa and well connected, known. So you're
No, but you can get to do all those things because you have the knowledge you have.
yeah.
now.
But what if you transport 500 years back and then you find yourself about to jump on a boat or something, and
know,
they're calling it a
I
cruise?
genuinely can't.
Do you get what I mean? No.
Yeah, okay.
If the
All
world
right.
was like, if the
Yeah.
world wasn't, if there wasn't slavery in that sense,
Yeah.
500 years back, you can, with the knowledge you have today, obviously you'll be the richest man now. Do you get what I mean?
Why though? Why? Like I genuinely
Because of the
can't even
knowledge you
believe
have-
that you guys want to go backwards. But all right, why?
Because of the knowledge you would have in terms of, obviously the technology wouldn't have caught up. There'll be no smartphones and stuff, but
Okay,
you
but
will know
fine,
what's
fine.
possible.
Yeah.
And you would know,
how would
okay,
you
we need
influence
to
that? How would you
dig
influence that?
Exactly.
for
How do you-
metals.
500
We
years,
need to
500 years ago, ain't nobody doing nothing. 500 years ago, there's no electricity. Fact. So how?
yeah,
you gonna
but then
turn on
you would have the
computer?
knowledge to
To
say
what? To
this
make
is what-
electricity. You can make
this is what-
electricity. That's my point. It's great
It
knowing that
wouldn't-
electricity
yeah, but
is going to
it-
come.
no, but
if
because
you ain't
you
got the
know-
knowledge to implement it, then what's the point?
No, you would have. You
Well,
know,
how do you make
imagine-
electricity?
Imagine if you just went crazy thinking, "Oh my gosh, these fools don't know there's a thing that could be created on the internet." And they don't even
Exactly.
know it. But they're like, "Rah, can't even get that because I've got no computer." "Oh, rah, I can't do that because I've got no microchips." "Rah, I can't do that because I've got no electric." But you go back, and you're thinking it.
No, so
you will go
people-
crazy,
people will-
know what's possible, but
But
know
not
that
being
you
able to
can't
implement
achieve
it.
it.
No,
Imagine
but you're
that.
obviously going to be taking steps, so you'll know. All right.
You're not gonna live
So there's
forever,
electricity, fine. But first, you'll know. All right. What do I need to create electricity. Let me say I need to get some.
You need a battery. Let me just roll to the shop and get a battery.
But no,
Like-
you need
You need to be
you need
flying,
a magnetic
you
field.
need to be flying
you
a
need-
kite during a
Flying
storm
a
to
kite.
get zapped and go, oh, that felt like a mad thing.
No,
All
but
you need is
literally.
limestone.
oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then get some
In
copper.
this 5 minutes now, right? In this 5 minutes now, without help, you didn't know that. If someone had put you
No,
back in the
no,
time
no, no.
500 years ago, you might never come
No,
to
no, the thing is,
I'm chilling there.
no,
No, you're going.
This is not
I
something
know
I
you
think
can do
about
that.
every day. Obviously, it's not something I think about every day.
Yeah.
But you're telling me 500 years back, you'll see how people are living, and you think you wouldn't have the knowledge to improve people's lives in some shape or
to an
form,
extent.
not necessarily electricity,
To
but
an extent, yeah. On a very basic level, yeah, you might be able to build a house that
And then you're
is in a
using
bit
other
more of
people's
a
knowledge as
efficient
well.
way than something else.
Mm.
Fine.
But no one else's knowledge is as advanced as yours.
you'll tell them the world's not flat, it's round or whatever.
And
Do you
they'll
get what I mean?
and they'll just go,
So let's-
oh, okay, crafty, yeah.
Yeah, then,
Okay. Do you know how long it took to convince people that even gravity was a thing? We, as people,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Our knowledge
But-
are based on paradigms,
Mm.
right? There's schools of thought that have been built over time
you'll
through
be able
evidence,
to, you'll be
right?
able to make a bike.
And every so often, every so often, this paradigm shifts.
With wooden wheels.
And when these paradigms, are you even trying? Every so often, these paradigms shift, and someone comes along and goes, "Rah, actually, everything we thought before was wrong,"
Was
and we
wrong, yeah.
adopt a whole new school of thought, and it carries on going.
Yeah.
But these shifts can take decades.
Of course,
right?
no, I'm not.
So
of
I'm trying to
course.
say you've gone back 500 years to try and educate people in things that took them 500 years to get there. You want to do that in your lifetime?
No, but
That's just
everything's
hard
a
work.
gradual
hard work.
process.
It's hard work.
You're catching it at some point. I'm not trying to say you go 500 years back and you're bringing everyone up to speed to today.
Mm.
But what you see that you can identify and say, oh, I can make
Okay, but
money
what-
out of this
But what
or
do you
that.
gain from that? What do
you
you gain
will
from
do.
that?
Yeah, what
So
do you
you're
do?
gonna try and move forward technology. You're gonna move forward evolution to a particular degree. What do you gain for that? Maybe you'll live a reasonable
It depends
life.
what you do, but you could obviously become a very wealthy man. You
In
could either
500
become
years ago,
well
500
ingrained in
years ago.
history
Yeah,
to say you created this or that.
So even
Okay,
a wealthy
let's-
man 500 years ago would not have less than half of the what's what I'm looking for of the resources that you have now as a man that's earning standard P's working for wherever it is you're working.
Right now,
Like you're gonna be living a life that's just condensed. That's just not fun.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It's
but
not fun.
but
Like
plus
if you go
it-
through
it-
if you go
how is it
500
not
years,
fun? It probably is more fun than today.
okay, but if you go 500
Depending
years in
where-
the future.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
going to a next.
let's
I'm going to
let's
the
talk
next
about
planet.
this. Let's talk about
I'm going
this.
to a next
500
planet.
years into
500
the future.
I'm getting on a spaceship.
the knowledge
I'm
you
going
have
forward
today.
at warp speed. I'm going to some next planet. I might.
You're not
in
going to know how to
500
do anything
Well, why?
because
Why?
it's 500.
Because-
You know, you have the knowledge of today.
No,
And the
but
technology in
the world
500
around me
years-
is 500 years further forward.
You're gonna go crazy looking at what's going on around you,
All right, hold on.
man, come
let me
on.
let me interject. Let me interject right now because you're saying he's gonna go crazy looking at things around him.
and you might go crazy
but I was thinking you
if
go
you
crazy
go
back.
back. Yeah,
But what the difference is?
it's almost the same, but
No,
I think it's worse going forward because 500 years of future technological
Yeah.
advances.
What?
No,
How
but
you gonna
the
hack
thing is,
that?
our brains are already prepped for that because the reality is that we all sit here and watch things like Star Trek. We all sit here and watch things like Star Wars. We all sit here and watch Minority
And we
Report
all watch
or whatever.
things like slavery back in the day and all of that kind of old shit.
Okay, listen.
yeah,
You
but
know
you're
what-
gonna get stressed out
do you know
because you can't influence
what
it.
you-
Whereas
what you
over
need
there,
to-
you can enjoy what's there, bro.
what you need
You're
to-
gonna be the dumbest person in 500 years.
But it will take me a
future.
year to catch up. It will take
A
me a
year?
year to. Of course
You
it
think
will.
so?
It will take me a
I
year
don't
to
think
catch
you'll
up.
catch up. No one's gonna have
Why
time
would
to
that
you.
be?
Down
years.
to the way the toilets are changed.
But I mean,
It's
crazy.
4 months to work how the toilet works.
but then 4 months later, I'll be able to take a shit and I'll enjoy it.
Exactly.
All right,
You know what I
listen,
mean?
listen.
You're gonna be a madman. They'll put you in
Personally,
some...
I think that math thing goes both ways. You either go mad, but the difference between going back, right? Going back, you can only advance people to a place. Even if you do it to the maximum, you can only advance them to a
course.
place of what you've experienced, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Whereas if you go into the future, it could be a mad thing, but the bottom line is you're going to be advancing to things you've never seen before. To go back, to push people to a point that to
I don't
bring them
need
back
to
to
see
the
anything else in this life. I swear to God. Like, technology is good, but it's not as good as people think, and they're just fucking up the planet in general. Like, I'm
In
telling you.
500 years.
They might find a way to solve it in 500 years. They might
Yeah,
find a way to do
no,
it,
but there's ways to solve it. They don't want to do it because of
you
capitalism.
don't know, because in 500
How?
years they could have done that. In 500 years they could maybe someone just like you has gone, guys, technology is bad. You guys need to think about how you can.
If I go 500 years back, maybe I can show them solar panel before they start doing all sorts of stuff or whatever. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but can
There's
you
a
make
lot
a
of
solar
things
panel, bro?
you can influence way more 500 years back. If you go forward,
Can you make a solar panel?
you're
now?
not
Do you know
influencing
how-
anything.
Can you
Do you
make
know how to
a
make a solar panel now?
Oh, come on, man.
Can you?
So what are you
No.
gonna do 500 years back? You're gonna say, guys, there's a way that we can harness the sun's energy. Don't ask me how we do it.
Yeah, fucking.
But there's a
Nah,
way.
nah, come on.
He went. Can you make one now? He went. Come on.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, but we're not talking about. We're not talking about. Look, we're not talking
You looked
about.
at me like I was mad. You can't make one now. So if I
Hold
send
on a
you
minute.
back, you
Hold
can't
on
do
a
it,
minute.
bro.
Hold on a minute. Is solar panel my expertise? Is that my field? I'm just giving examples of what you'd be able to do if you went back.
No, but
You might as
I'm
well
talking
tell
about
me,
you,
can
Crafty.
you, if
Crafty,
I
I'm
go
talking
back in
about
500
you.
years, can I build a car? Of course I can't build a car, but I'll know what's possible.
Crafty.
You know what I mean? I could build a bike. But look, man, you can't go on like that. That's you're making unrealistic questions.
Basically better them with his skills.
That's the point he's missing. The point he's making is that things can be improved, but they can only be improved within your remit. You can't say
to a
I'm gonna
degree,
go back.
to a
I can't
degree.
say I'm gonna go back and be like, you man, in the future.
No,
In
but
the future,
Come on,
you'll be looking at these plastic things, and there'll be other people's faces on them, and you'll be talking to them. That's all good and so on, but show me how to do it, bruv. Oh, I can't do it.
Yeah, but if I go, look, mobile phones have been around for 20, 30 years, whatever. I'm not gonna go back there and be like, let's build a mobile phone. Am I?
Nah, you gotta-
Realistically,
You'd have to
come
end up
on.
doing something creative. You'd have to go there and start
Russell.
introducing music that
Exactly,
maybe
I'll
you
be
know.
the world's best rapper. You get what I mean? Straight away, standard.
I
I will
Bob
buy
Belly.
all of them. All of them.
Eminem though, Eminem.
You know what?
Eminem, Jay-Z, all of them. I'll
You know,
buy them.
guys, I've got a headache. You know, I need to.
Well, wait, hold on. You're going in the future, yeah?
Oh, calm.
I'm going in the future. I'm
calm.
going in the future. Yeah, I'm
Calm.
going in the future.
Okay.
There'll be so much more to see, bruv. So much more to do.
It
Do
would
what's
be.
never been done.
Like, what's the saying? 500 years. There's not a means to travel time anyway. And then I'll come see you at 500 years. back and
Yeah,
just
you'll be
like,
pissed
"Yo,
because you can't make a phone.
Yeah, you'll come and see
Aye,
me
but-
and probably be missing a finger or something.
You know what? It's too. We got to wrap it up. We got to wrap it up. But thanks a lot for that, Crafty. Rocks. Thank you very much. This has been Mics&Men. If you like what you've been listening to, if you like the video, share, comment, etc. More importantly, subscribe. SoundCloud links will be coming out soon. So yes, Kwabna signing out.
This has been Rocks.
Crafty.
That's it.
You guys are nuts.